o'clock.
Here we
It's,
go.
it's,
Hi, everybody. Hi,
it's 6 o'clock. It's
hi,
six
everybody.
o'clock.
Hi,
Steve,
everybody.
o'clock.
It's yes. You see, this is what I deal
What
with.
time it is? It's Hilda time. Woo!
This is what I deal with before every single live stream that we do together. Are you
Did
pushing
you push the
buttons?
button?
Are you
Did you
pushing
push the
buttons?
button?
It's
Did you
six
push the button?
o'clock.
Did you push the button? Did you push the button?
You're like I am TV's Frank to your Dr. Forrester, which is a reference you probably don't get because you're not a Mystery Science Theater fanatic, but
Oh yeah, there's the robots.
yes, the robots. The robots.
Okay. So
Eh,
Andrew, I have
yeah.
just been like, you said, I saw you say that on chat, and I'm just like, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? I didn't go to school today. There was no going to school for me.
Because you're done for the rest of the year.
Yes, I'm done for the rest of the year. I may have students showing up at the beginning of next semester to make up the finals that they missed. In fairness, one of them seems to have really taken some kind of a shine to me and accepted me as some kind of example because he broke his leg.
Oh, yeah, don't emulate
Yeah,
that, kids. No, that's it's cool to look up to your teachers, but don't.
yeah. Don't do this at home or at school or at work. I just please avoid breaking bones.
Just,
That would be great. Also, stay out of jail.
yeah.
That's, I mean, honestly, I mean, those are the two big ones. Stay out of jail, don't get that.
So you're saying that even if you got arrested, your students should not follow suit and get themselves arrested just to be like you.
Exactly, Steve.
Okay,
That is
that's well,
exactly what I'm saying.
awesome. I
I mean,
remember
I wouldn't get caught.
those coppers wouldn't be able to put the finger on me. Um, I remember when I was in eighth grade, my favorite teacher ever, Mr. Cromwell.
Got
He
arrested?
no didn't get arrested, but he did break
Oh.
his leg. Um, and he told us the story because he came. It was like he broke it over the weekend, so he comes in Monday and he's on crutches, and we were like, "Oh, what happened?" And he says, and he told us the true story, which was that he was like goofing around at home and he was doing like a dance move, like doing like a pirouette or something, and he slipped and twisted his leg and messed. I don't think he actually broke his leg, but he messed up his knee really bad, so he had to be on
Mm-hmm.
crutches for a while. And then after he told the story, he said, "You know, I could have just told you that I heard it like playing basketball." Like, because we would have had no way of knowing.
He's got me better. I was walking, Steve. I was
I
just
know
walking.
you weren't even doing anything remotely risky. And Pablo Santiago in the chat, I just want to mention that says, "How come you don't do the top five anymore?" If you mean the facepalm five that I used to do the live stream for every other Monday, it just basically got to be too much in terms of workload and in terms of just my mental state.
It's depressing.
I just
There's a
decided,
lot
yeah,
of terrible stuff going on. I mean,
yeah.
the fact that he had to narrow it down to five, the list got longer and longer, and he's like, and I have to pick five of these, and I have to talk about them for like
It got to the point. It got to the point where it became a chore, where I was not looking forward to doing it. And since I do have some flexibility in terms of what videos I do and don't do, I decided to not do that one anymore. But thank you for asking.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Andrew, does that include like Christmas and New Year's and stuff? Like, and are they full days, or do you have to like just go? And I don't know what work you do. Golly.
You do have your tiny violin ready though, because you tweeted it at me earlier.
Absolutely. You earned it, man.
I did fix I fixed the thumbnail, by the way, after you pointed that out. I still had the old thumbnail on. So your tiny violin did the trick. You shamed me. And they say public shaming doesn't work. You shamed me into fixing my mistake.
No. They say that public shaming does not actually like change attitudes
Oh,
or change behaviors long term. Like immediately, it does work immediately, like short term, like it, but long term, it leads to resentment and more of an anchoring of the thing that you're supposedly trying to avoid.
Oh, but I would never.
I wasn't shaming you. I was just pointing it out. I was just pointing out your error.
Oh, I see.
In
And
public.
then when I sort of pushed back, that's when you tweeted the tiny violin.
Yeah.
So it was actually a response to my sort of
tantrum.
Yes, my tantrum. My tantrum. Yes, my tantrum.
So yeah, I'm pretty happy because I got all the student late work completed. Everything that they turned in, I got all of it done. I am so freaking proud of myself. I'm proud of them for doing the work too, but like, I got it done like on the last day of school. I'm not going to be grading. I'm not going to be grading at all over break.
That is wonderful.
It is wonderful, but it's also like, it's not that I have like grading to do and I've put it off. No, it's actually done. I got all of it done. Yeah. I busted it. I finished up and I was just like, I did it. Dang. Oh.
Now you could actually have a break.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can theoretically. It is. I don't have anything that I have to do. However, I did come up and I put it in my phone. I came up with a set of exit tickets that I want to put into Google Forms and do them as surveys. And I'm like, and I could do this, and I could do this, and I can, like, brain, we can think about something other than teaching. Brain is like, no, we're going to think about teaching all the time. I'm like, okay, I guess.
Hey, Carlisle. So before we get too much further
Andrew, I'm so. Oh, Andrew, did you hear that? Maybe there's like they're in stage 1 of testing like a new vaccine that maybe is like super helpful. Yes, I'm totally crying to a river. Like, teachers have had it hard during like COVID. Medical staff. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, because I mean, when things first started to get bad and everything shut down in the early weeks and months of the pandemic, like, I mean, obviously teachers were still working. It's not like you just got to go home, but you didn't have to go to the school building. You know what I mean? Like you had at least a little bit of flexibility. Whereas, people who worked in hospitals, like, it's not like they had the option to just close the hospitals and say, But I want to remind everybody, we are going to be watching Hilda tonight. We'll be watching Chapter 10, The Storm. So if you haven't queued that up on your end on Netflix, go ahead and do that, and we'll chit chat
for me.
And we'll chit chat for another 10 minutes or so, and then we will get started and watch that episode. So there we go.
So yeah, I had I was telling you earlier. Now, unfortunately, part of the reason that I was able to get all my grading done is that I didn't have as many final projects to grade because I had a number of students who just didn't show up for the final.
Yeah. Who needed to take it, like, because your class, you had the option if their grade was above a certain point, they could exempt from the final.
They were exempt from it. Now their grade had to be above a certain point, and they had to bring back the form. Like, there were some of them who, like, I said yes, I'll have it, because they released the forms on Monday. They had to have their stuff turned in on Friday. And there were some who were like, they were well above that, so they knew. And there were 3 of them who didn't show on Monday. I'm like, oh my God, if they just, I'm like, so I called them I called their caregivers during my planning period. I was like, look, just wanted to make sure that you know that so-and-so will be exempt from the final if they return a signed form, which I gave out today during class, and I didn't get to see them today.
Oof.
So they got their forms taken care of. It was all good. Oh my goodness gracious. But I was just, so yeah, they didn't have to take it. But then then I had one student who has blown off the entire semester. Well, not the entire semester, just most of it, had a really low grade, as in the final is not going to save you, kiddo. I said,
Yeah.
if you want to stay and keep working, I've got all the late work graded. I will grade the finals while you're doing your late work, and then I'll keep grading stuff as long as you want. And the student chose not to stay. So.
Well, because I guess what the idea being that it wouldn't really make a huge difference anyway. So why?
Okay, weaker. So Omicron, I didn't know that Omicron was weaker. I knew that it was more contagious. I didn't realize it was weaker. Okay.
I mean, if it is, that's great because it's apparently the dominant strain now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's like, I mean, I keep, this, I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong on this, and anybody who knows better than I do, please feel free to check me on this, but I think this current COVID pandemic has now lasted longer than the 1918 influenza epidemic. I mean, but that's kind of what happened with that, was it eventually, I mean, people did wear masks and people did socially distance and people did practice all kinds of things to sort of guard against it. But eventually what happened was it just sort of ran its course. And I mean, we keep sort of hoping that that's what will happen with COVID, but it hasn't happened yet.
It's interesting though to see sort of I can't help wondering if the fact that it's lasting longer than Spanish flu did is because of the vaccine, which allowed for additional mutation and sort of kept it, like gave it more of a long tail, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And especially with having the vaccine and then also having a whole heck of a lot of people who didn't get it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Anyway. Breathing.
Yes, exactly. You do what you can do, and
Yeah, exactly. That was something I responded to on Twitter. Somebody was saying something about, people are saying I wear a mask and I'm vaccinated, I'm boosted, and I still got breakthrough COVID. And I think that their point was, don't, essentially you're victim blaming yourself. Don't moralize.
Not everybody who gets it got it because they were reckless or whatever. Like.
Right.
Yeah.
As not, and I said, I don't know if that's moralizing so much as just expressing frustration, because like I wasn't doing anything particularly dangerous. I just fell and broke my leg.
Right.
And it sucks. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong, and I still broke my leg. It still sucks.
It's not a failure on your part. Yeah.
Yeah. It's more of an expressing frustration. Is like I did everything I could, and I still had this bad thing happen anyway. Gosh, dang it. Yeah. I just,
255 AD, I did not notice that. I saw I think someone pointed that out on Twitter, that the aliens who are on the asteroid colony in the most recent Discovery episode were previously on an Enterprise episode as a pre-warp species. I didn't notice that, but I knew about it before your question because somebody else pointed it out. And no, I mean, I don't really care about that sort of thing, but if I did happen to notice it, like I do sort of think it's neat. I mean, I think it shows that someone working on the show has an eye for those details. And when they put stuff like that in, and it's unobtrusive like that, so that if you notice it, you appreciate it. But if you don't notice it, it's it's not like they're waving something in your face and you're like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, which is how I feel about Lower Decks a lot of the time. Is like they're just waving it in your face and you're like, just stop, what are you doing, get out of here, but stuff like that I think is neat. But no, I didn't notice it, and I don't, when push comes to shove, I don't really care, but I do think it's a neat little detail.
And I'm sorry to hear that you're struggling, but I hope that you feel better soon, and thank you for getting the booster.
Yes, absolutely. And yeah, and Carlisle, I'm sorry to hear that your vacation plans were canceled because of a COVID outbreak. That sucks. I mean, my video for Wednesday next week is going to be another where do we go from here? Because I figure I should do one more of those before the end of the year, and it's going to be about COVID and basically how we had this stretch during the summer and the early fall here in the US where everybody really got comfortable thinking that,
Uh-huh.
it was over. And now, and it had, I mean, and it was, it was
Better
never
than it
over.
had been.
It was better than it had been. And, and I mean, there are certain markers under which it is definitely better. I mean, people, lots of people are vaccinated, not as many as should be, but lots of people are. And, there are certain things that are better than they were, at this time last year. But even so, like, it doesn't help anybody in the long term if we all just start acting like it's over when it's not, you know. Um,
As as they say, it ain't over till it's over.
and by they, you mean Yogi Berra.
Yogi Bear.
Yogi Bear. Yogi Berra. Yogi Berra.
Same difference. Who cares?
My favorite Yogi Berraism. I think I talked about this with you, and I didn't talk about it a lot because I know you're not a baseball person and I didn't want to make you uncomfortable. But, Yogi Berra gets, like, a lot of people talk about, like, the Berra-isms and the sort of yogis that he would speak in. And they talk about it as though he was like an unintelligent person, when I think it's far more likely that he was just really funny. Because, like my favorite sort of Yogi Berra phrase, because there's so many of them, it ain't over till it's over is one. And what I love, he was once asked by a reporter, "Hey Yogi, what would you do if you found $1 million lying on the street?" And he said, "If the guy was poor, I'd give it back." And it's like, that's so funny. Like, my theory is that he was just really funny. So, Kemp,
That's back in the time when $1 million was a lot of money.
when $1 million, yeah, back in like the 50s or the 60s. When
$1 million isn't even retirement money for me, and I'm old now. I still couldn't retire on $1 million.
No. Kemp, yes, the catcher. Yes, Yogi Berra, the catcher. And yeah, I wouldn't say that Lower Decks is awful. Like, I didn't think it was awful when I watched it this most recent season, but it just doesn't, I'm just kind of done with it. Like, I don't have any particular animus towards it, but it's just not for me. I watch it.
It doesn't ring your chimes.
It doesn't ring my
Chives?
chimes. It
It
doesn't.
doesn't ring the Shives chimes.
It doesn't. It doesn't melt my butter. I mean,
we should get you like a little triangle and be like, it's the Shives chime.
this does not ring the Shives chime when I put it down without ringing it. Yeah.
Or this does.
And yeah, exactly. Ding. Yeah.
You wouldn't do all the way around, just the ones.
Well,
Maybe
no, I'm
something
not.
that you really like Spider-Man.
I'm not calling people to
Spider-Man
dinner.
can be ding-ling-ling-ling.
That's true. Spider-Man would be a ding-a-ling-a-ling because I really like that. Yeah, I really like that.
You're a ding-a-ling.
So I saw an article on the AV Club earlier today because Spider-Man had a really big opening weekend, especially considering COVID. And the headline of the AV Club article, which was kind of tongue in cheek, was, box office experts tried to solve the mystery of why Spider-Man was such a big hit. And I was like, well, let me see. It's a Spider-Man movie. That's it. End of. That's the solution to the mystery. It's a Spider-Man movie, and it's not just a Spider-Man movie. There are multiple It's a Spider-Man's movie. So
and no apostrophe. This is not a movie just for.
It's not. No, it doesn't belong to Spider-Man. I mean, I guess it kind of does. I mean,
but Spider-Man is not the only one who is allowed to watch.
There are
which, because if it had been, it would have had a much lower income.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, Corey. Yeah, it's a huge opening, and the biggest. Not that this really means a whole lot, because December openings traditionally haven't been that big, but the biggest opening weekend in December ever. Which again, I mean, considering that we're in the middle of a pandemic, I mean, if that movie, I feel like if
no. You know what? I'm going to go out alone here. Considering that we're moving toward the end of a pandemic.
Please, yes.
Dear Santa.
Yeah. I would say if this Spider-Man movie given the opening weekend that it just had in December during a pandemic, if it had come out during a more normal period when there wasn't a pandemic and it had opened in like May or June instead of December, I mean, good Lord,
Yeah,
it would have been,
blockbuster season.
yeah. Although, but then again, I guess I can't say that for sure because maybe one of the reasons that it had such a big opening weekend when it did was because, it was
I bet
like
that's in the article.
maybe, yeah, well, because like there have been, I mean,
Because everybody's tired of COVID. They're like, let's go
every
out to the movies.
and it was the first superhero movie that featured like a really big
Well
like
known.
household name character because like Shang-Chi came out and Shang-Chi was great, but
Yes.
but Shang-Chi is not like a household name. Most people who, I mean, a lot of people who are like hardcore comic fans don't really know
Yeah.
Shang-Chi. And of course,
Oh, I
Black
thought you were
Widow.
going to say know who it is. I'm like, oh, but yeah, they're comic fans. Maybe they're like DC fans.
Yeah, well, and then there was also the Black Widow movie, which was kind of, and Black Widow was much more well known than Shang-Chi
Yes.
was, but and the Eternals again, not as well known of a
But
property.
didn't Black Widow split? They
Yeah,
had a
Black
split
Widow
opening.
was Black Widow was also on Disney Plus, yeah, and that may
Yes.
have sapped somehow. But so I mean, Spider-Man was the first like sort of A-level top tier household name, everybody knows this character movie to come out during the pandemic, and people were probably just like I was like, that was the first movie I've gone to a theater to see since the pandemic started, and it'll probably be the last one until Batman comes out.
Hopefully. Oh God, wouldn't it be nice if it won't be over by then? I mean, that's too soon. But I mean, oh gosh, Andrew, I'm impressed. I have burned a lot of things, but I've never set a pizza on fire. I don't think I've ever set any food on fire. I think the fire that I've had, yeah, like something spilled out onto the burner and it, burned.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever set a pizza on fire either. So congratulations. I 255 AD. I heard that. Yeah, and I can't say it surprises me that but then it doesn't surprise me at all because Boris Johnson is one of those who has never really taken the pandemic seriously. I mean, yeah, Kemp. I thought Black Widow was pretty good. I don't know if I would say it was great, but I thought it was. I really liked it. I really liked it a lot. And speaking of Black Widow, Natasha's sister, Yelena, the new Black Widow, I guess we can call her, is in the Hawkeye series on Disney Plus, and she gets her little moments to shine here and there and that, and she's terrific as well. So,
interestingly enough, makes me think I'm getting stuff ready for. Where did you go? Well, maybe I can't show this to people. I was going to show a book, and it had a Yelena in it who is not that Yelena. Oh, there you are. I don't remember if I've talked about this one yet. This is in my favorite books section. The main character in this is like Yelena. It's really good. Poison Study is so much fun. So,
hi, yeah. Chief Dancing Ostrich. Yeah, Corey, I think Shang-Chi. I like Shang-Chi better than Black Widow too.
I have not seen Black Widow. I like Shang-Chi a lot, though.
Yeah, Black Widow was pretty good, but I mean, Spider-Man's better than both of them.
Look Spider-Man was awesome. You and your smugness.
I would say it is maybe the fourth best Spider-Man movie out of all of them.
Out of all of them, what would you put ahead of it? Obviously, your faves. So those two.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, I mean, for me, Spider-Man 2 is always going to be the number one. And I would say probably Into the Spider-Verse is number 2.
Oh!
I like Into the Spider-Verse.
I know, but it's ahead of Spider-Man 1.
The original Spider-Man would be number 3, and then I think this one would be number 4. Although now it depends on when you Spider-Verse and the first Raimi Spider-Man might swap places. I'm not sure, but I think I'm comfortable with it. Because I mean that first Spider-Man movie, the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie is just so goddamn good, and you have to remember when it first came out, like that movie, a Spider-Man movie had been in development hell for like close to 10 years by that point. And there were a lot of us, like comic book fans, movie fans, whatever, who had no expectation that this was going to be a good movie at all. And when I went to see it, and I was like, this is like, it's not just okay, it's like fucking
It's
fantastic.
good. Oh God, it's
Yeah,
good.
it's
They
like,
didn't screw it up.
it's so good. They nailed it. And I was like, oh, thank God. And then, of course, and then it made all the money in the world. And it was like, this is even better. Like something that was unexpectedly great has also made all the money in the world.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's how, let's see, what did I say? What I think what I'm not nervous about, really, a little bit, uncertain about, is, the is it Lost City? Yeah, with Sandra Bullock and
Oh, the one you showed me the trailer for. Yeah. And Channing
yeah.
Tatum. Yeah.
I'm like, it could be really fun. Like they look and Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe as like the bad guy.
Yeah, they look like they'll just be having, and they look like they're having so much fun.
Yeah.
You know, together, even in the little promo bit at the beginning, and then throughout the trailer, they look like they're enjoying themselves. You know, they're just moments. It's great. My dad was the weatherman. But it could just be like,
yeah, that was a great line.
Painful. Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it depends. I mean, if it's like a 90-minute fun little adventure movie with some good jokes and some good, you know, sort of like action scene, like there's nothing wrong with that. If it's like if it turns out that it's like some kind of weird bloated 2.5 hour like wannabe epic thing, it's like, oh God, no, you should have cut this down.
It just doesn't feel like that. But I mean,
it doesn't feel like that from the trailer.
If the jokes don't land right, or like if they push too hard and like it's all just like slapstick and just, you know, gross out. If it's all yelling, that's not funny.
There are lots of ways it could go wrong.
Yes, and that's just it. There's so many ways it could go wrong, and I'm just like, I really don't have much expectations for this, but it would be nice if it was good. Can it be good? Maybe.
Philip, I agree with you. I think Raimi got Spider-Man more than any director who has made a Spider-Man movie since. I agree with you completely. And that's just my point of view. But I think Raimi dials in because I think, like Sam Raimi, because judging by the things he draws from in his movies, I mean, I think he was primarily referencing and pulling from the original Spidey comics, like the 1960s, you know, the original Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, and then later John Romita comics, which are my favorites too. Like that's, you know, I read those in omnibus editions when I was in my early 20s and just absolutely loved them. So that's sort of like my reference for Spider-Man too. And that's Raimi's Spider-Man. And he just gets that. He nails that sensibility perfectly in those movies. So yeah, I agree. Oh, Andrew, okay. See you later, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Good luck with the pizza. Don't burn it this time, dude. Or, you know, set things on fire. You know, it is almost 6:30.
Yes, we're going to start
about these movies for some time now.
And listen, just answer me this. What in Into the Spider-Verse compares to the train scene in Spider-Man 2? That's all I want to know. Because I love Into the Spider-Verse. I think Into the Spider-Verse is a brilliant movie. But Spider-Man 2 has the train scene. Spider-Man 2 has Aunt May's I believe there's a hero in all of his speech. I mean, how can you compete with this?
That animation, dude.
It's all the animation is beautiful. Oh my God, the animation is amazing. No pun intended.
It's groundbreaking.
It's gorgeous. Like, it's gorgeous.
It's not just phenomenal. Gorgeous. It is groundbreaking. It's like literally unlike anything else. So I just think they've done. You know,
I would
done something new. Okay, so a couple of things. 255 AD, possibly. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what it's going for. You know, it depends where it goes. What it sounds like, yes, but I think just the era that we're in now, hopefully they would be aware of that, and they're not just gonna like make that say, as some people are saying, it's like it's romancing the stone all over again, which maybe it is. I don't know.
It certainly looks
It's
similar, judging on the trailer.
It's definitely riffing on that vibe,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Yeah, Snake there's so many good scenes in both of them. Somebody asked 255 AD. Yes, I could totally reboot the MCU.
Well, and
I could do it.
Yeah, anybody could. I mean, you could do
gosh,
it.
This is just not staying.
You
Okay, so I wanted everybody to see. All right,
your necklace.
Messed with my necklace. So but it like hangs really low. Like it's designed to sit sort of almost at my belly button, which means it's like way out of frame. It's where I was going to point, but that's kind of stupid. Anyway, Santa, stop laughing so that I can show everybody my seat.
We're split screen on this one, so everybody can see.
Oh, we're split screen. Okay, so everybody can see me the whole time. All right, fine. Well, everybody here you go. See, I'm used to
active speaker.
What's the other one? Oh yeah, the read away, which we're done with.
That's right.
So yeah, so it's got a little food here.
It's got like a tassel.
Now, well, now I'm just gonna let it there, because I had like tried to make it do, stay up here where people could see it, but actually, wait, there we go. Perfect. I'll just hang it from my bun.
Look at that. That's a hack. It's a life hack.
Here we go.
Fantastic.
I can have Santa Claus right here, and we can watch Hilda.
Speaking of which, let's watch Hilda.
Yes.
So everybody, hopefully everybody's queued up. And Dana, do you need to refresh your
Yes, I will.
Netflix?
I will need to refresh because it did a thing.
It taps out. It's just like, I'm tired of waiting, and it just like goes to sleep.
It's like, I'm done.
It's like, can't you just wait?
No, not it. You talked too much, Steve. You talked too much.
You talk too much. You never shut up. I said you talk too much.
Are we gonna
yes,
watch this?
Everybody ready? Everybody.
We're now past 6:30.
I know. We're gonna watch it. Okay, here we go. Hilda, episode 10, The Storm. I will count us in from 3, and we will watch this episode together. Ready? Here we go. Okay. All right. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Dome. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. It's just so happy.
I know.
I say that I think every other week.
It is a really nice opening title sequence. I really enjoy it.
Chief Dancing Ostrich, I don't think that's fair. Steve has lots of problems.
There's so much wrong with me.
Oh.
That means everything's not fine.
Oh boy, do we know that around here. Hi, David. I hope there aren't any bugs in your hair.
There's always a bug on him. Landlines and phone booths? Is this set during the Stone Age?
You know, back when you were young, Steve.
Right, so the Stone Age. You just said there were difficulties, though.
Really?
And my Coco. You know, she's really going to a lot of trouble to help a weather forecaster who obviously just looks out the window and describes what she sees.
How can you say such a thing about Victoria Van Gale, Steve? Shame on you.
I'm just saying.
Yes, I know. You
It
just
was-
said it. And then you
it-
say you're just saying it.
It was raining, and her weather report was, it's raining. And then it started to snow, and her weather report was, oh, wait, it just started to snow. She's just looking out the window and saying what she sees.
Caitlin, no spoilers. It's not Hilda you need to be complaining about.
Look at all the windows in her house.
Maybe knock.
I know, right?
I mean, if the door's locked, maybe.
Nobody made any attempt to like announce their presence. Let's B and E.
Well, they didn't really be anything.
Oh, okay. Let's E. O and E. Open and enter.
Yeah, that's just E. I mean, think what? People just waft through doors? And have cocoa and pie.
Exactly. I'm totally on the Raven side with this. Let's just go home. Oh, wow. Look at that industrial kitchen.
Not that there's anything to see.
Totally innocent. Quite emphatically fine. Okay.
Exactly, Caitlin.
If it doesn't work, just punch it. It's time for commercial break. Take a look at the advanced equipment that allows me to tell whether or not it's snowing. She's the weather wizard.
See, Steve?
It's
See?
you. It's you. We could rule the world. I love this reversal that David is actually the sensible one here. And enslave it. I mean,
Learn from it, she said. Jeez. Caitlin, what if there's a weather spirit in there?
oh God, it's a sky beam. Not until I defeat the Flash.
The time is now. Stirring the blood in their veins, and yet beware. Don't let the wine go to your brain. Which way? Which way?
Oh, now my cable's out.
We're watching it online, dumbass.
I was talking about her. She's saying her cable's out.
C255 AD, they needed to talk to Geoff Bezos. And he says, just like pay him crap and don't give him pee breaks. And then that makes it less expensive. What's that in real numbers?
Anybody know the conversion?
About 3 to 1. Be big!
There we go.
You're asking me. I'm David. Why are you asking me if I've got a better plan? Of course I don't have a better plan. I'm David. I've got bugs in my hair.
Wow,
well, at least David has the sense to stay back. So exciting. Oh.
The Tommy Westfall universe.
I forgot.
Yoink.
He's
255
being
AD.
so subtle.
255 AD, the best way to predict the weather is just to always say it's going to rain.
Because that way, if it rains, at least you're right. And if it doesn't rain, people are happy that you were wrong.
Exactly. So just always say it's going to rain. Or snow, I guess, if it's the winter.
Andrew, I love that. You're not an idiot. You're just a nerd.
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Nice going, David. Okay, then have a nice life.
Or,
remaining few minutes of it.
or at least a quick death.
Yeah. It's not?
Dun, dun, dun. Come on, David. No spoilers.
It's not a bedroom. It's more of a den. I mean, there's a nice couch that I think is a pullout, but I mean, I wouldn't call it a bedroom.
I'm going in anyway.
Okay, so that's exactly what it looks like. Yeah. Well, I expected a little comeuppance, but this. Oh God, I'm in limbo. I wasn't baptized. Well, you just walk back, you know.
It's just one more adventure, as you do.
As you do. That was a good one. I really like that one. I like the character design for the weather spirits. It's something that I've noticed in the show before that too. Like they have a really nice knack for really simple character design.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that still has like personality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like the weather spirits, the character designs are it's like so simple. It's literally just clouds with faces. But
Yes.
but it works. Like, and the show has a really nice knack for character design. So that I like that one. That was a really good one.
Andrew, I don't know that I would mind being, well, I mean, I would mind being hospitalized. I mean, especially over here. It's expensive over here. But I wouldn't mind leaving my health in your care, Andrew, because, you were, first of all, you were upfront and honest about incinerating the pizza. And you haven't talked about incinerating any people, so I think I'd be okay.
Yeah, it's
with the not being incinerated bit.
In fact, if I had to guess, I would say it's been a good long time since Andrew incinerated a person. You know, intentionally or otherwise. And Caitlin, I saw your note about that earlier, that the Woodman's not actually in this one, which that's cool though, because of because
it was still a good episode.
It was still a good episode, and the Raven's cool too.
Raven's pretty cool character. We haven't seen him in a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I kind of figured that when we got to the end of this one, and it's like she's lost in the wilderness again, that would be an opportunity to drop in on the Woodman.
She's not lost. She's in the wilderness. She knows exactly where she is.
Well, she's not lost, but a good way out there.
Oh, I don't know what Steve was going to say. I was saying I could totally reboot the MCU.
Well, I mean, it's really not that difficult. Like, you just do it.
Exactly.
Like, you just tell a story where it's a different universe or where it go back. I mean, like, it's not that big of a deal. I will say, I don't think they're going to do that for a very, very long time, because it doesn't seem the current version doesn't seem to be running out of steam at all.
Yep.
Either creatively or financially. Like, I mean, the movies are
Milk
still
that cow until she's dry.
Like, I mean, you think about, and I mean, it's been over 10 years and they've been churning these movies out 2-3 a year at least, plus the TV shows and all the ancillary stuff. And it's just, it's a phenomenon.
It's like the Energizer Bunny.
Exactly. It just keeps going and going and going.
Holy smokes.
So, I don't think they're going to even think about rebooting it for a very, very long time.
Did you put my, I just occurred to me.
The thing, clip. Yes. The what?
The clip. Did you put the clip in the thing that I think is done?
The clip.
Like the one that I just filmed.
Oh, no, I didn't. I need to go back and do that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I already finished it and uploaded it, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I need to go. Yeah, so you're right. I need to go back and thank you for reminding me.
Did you put the cuts in around the thing? Because I mean, it kind of did the thing
for your bit. Oh yeah, for your bit,
okay.
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
No, but
yeah. Good. Oh, thank you.
Thank you for reminding me about that.
Just jumped in.
Yeah, I completely forgot about it, so I need to go back.
I don't know why I thought of it.
Well, no,
I have no idea.
I'll fix it tomorrow morning and upload the fixed version. We're talking about a video that's going to go up on Dana's channel in a little while. But yes, thank you for reminding me.
A week from tomorrow.
I need to grab that clip and.
Yeah. I do have a new one that went up yesterday. What was that one? I don't know.
That was the fairy lights, wasn't it?
Was it? No, that was before. Let me go here.
255 AD, the clip, not the clit. I haven't forgotten.
Oh my goodness gracious!
I haven't forgotten about the clit. Okay.
Did you ever know about it? Maybe
I've
you should
heard
ask 255 80. No, you're right. Making my classroom sparkle. Huh. I thought, no, the poetry one goes up Saturday.
right. That's the next one. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, and then the classroom safety one is the one we're talking about, where I need to
Yeah.
go back
Yeah.
and put in a clip.
Student safety, because it's not just about your classroom, it's about the whole
Student
school
safety.
and your classroom.
It's a holistic approach.
Yeah. It's like all over the place, but in an organized way. So yeah, the one it does and they're right next to each other, because that was one of the things that I was like, I like the sparkly lights picture. And I mean, most of them, I do the Oprah, most of them have my face on the cover.
Well, then it's not the Oprah, because with Oprah, they all
No,
have
that's
her
why I said,
face on the
yeah, that's
cover.
I said most of them I do the Oprah. But then like I have two of them which have great, thumbnails, and they're right next to each other. Making my classroom sparkle, learning less.
Yeah,
But it is what it is.
indeed.
It's not, I mean, I had to put it up there because like it really did, to the extent that I think on Tuesday, like the last day of school, when some of the students aren't even there because they've exempted their finals.
Right.
I came in, got ready, and I didn't plug the lights in. And then I was grading and I looked at, because it was Tuesday that I filmed it and the lights were on in the background. I hadn't noticed until then. At some point, one of my students plugged them in. So they like them. I'm just like, that just
That's
tickled
awesome.
me
Well,
so much.
they do like add something to the space. I mean, it is,
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I'm really happy with them, and I'm so excited about the snow stars. So yeah, so that's on there. Anyway, and did you put the link?
Yes, that's actually
Strike fund.
That's actually what I thought you were referring to before you
Yes.
talked about missing the clip from your video.
Sure.
Yeah. So in the description of this video that you're watching right now, there is a link. It's above the give directly link and the charity links stuff. It's to a strike fund. And Dana, you want to describe it?
Which I don't even remember. It's been a little bit, because I also I tagged some random geek and said, hey, can you add this to the charity links document? And he did, or at least he said he did. I think, I don't remember where I was at the time, but I was like, okay, I'm taking your word for it. So I just like that or responded to it or something like that. So I think it's in charity links page 2. Which strike fund is it?
It's the United Mine Workers, the United Mine Workers of America Strike Fund.
Yes.
Yes.
And in general, if you have an opportunity to donate to strike funds, that's a big part of what makes strikes possible. It's what allows people to, because people don't get paid. They're not doing their jobs while they're striking. So they don't get paid while they're striking. Like, they're not making money for not working.
They get paid
because they're not working.
Yeah. But yeah, and this specifically, this is a coal miner strike in Alabama. There are coal miners in Alabama that are on strike. So this is to support them. So we always like to promote the charity links at the end of the show. But this is a specific one that is kind of timely, that if you have a few extra bucks and you want to support, it's listed in the video description, the United Mine Workers of America Strike Fund to support the Alabama strikers. So there you go.
Over in chat, they're trying to avoid spoilers. Oh, it's so fun. They're like, I don't want to say that thing. Any spoiler-free hints? You guys are so thoughtful.
Yeah, it's very thoughtful, and I appreciate it. But just for future reference, I'm not really a baby about spoilers. Like, I think it's really nice that you don't want to spoil it for me, and if you want to continue to do that, that's great. But like, if you happen,
and there is also something fun, just like hinting and trying to get people to guess if they know, and then but still not. It's like talking. It's like talking about Christmas presents. Oh my goodness!
You don't want to give it away.
I'm a horrible person, you guys. Can you tell me anything? I don't ask. I don't ask about my friends. I'm just like, fine, I'll wait, whatever. No big deal. It's there. Can you tell me, please? Can you just tell me who this present is for? This gets asked of me. My answer? Yes.
Separate question. Will you tell me
Will you
who
tell
this
me who
present
it's
is for?
Yes, I will.
Third question. Who is this
Can you
present
tell
for?
me now who this present is for? Yes.
You are just
Yes, you are the worst.
you're being what you always are. You're being precise.
I'm being precise. And then wait. Okay, so all right. Final question. Will you tell me now who this present is for?
You're still addressing potential. Like,
No.
because that is not what you are asking me. Oh, it's
Could you
yes. That's hilarious. Will you tell me now?
Yes, Arwen Samet wants to know.
Arwen Samet. God save us all.
Oh boy. 255 AD. Minors, not minors.
Did you even
lost
watch
me.
the show?
No, but at least one coal mining union in West Virginia is now publicly backing the Build Back Better bill plan.
Yeah. So
and is saying, "Hey, Manchin,
so eat
support
shit, Joe
it!"
Manchin. Yeah.
So because I hey, Steve, will you tell me who the present's for? Steve doesn't know who the present. Steve hasn't even
I don't even know what present, and I live 900 miles away. I don't even know what the present in question is or looks like or anything.
I can tell you guys, but the thing is, this is going to go live before Christmas. Like it's going to, and sure more, somebody, Arwen Samet, is going to watch it. And you're like, did you say on the video? Do I could just go to the end? It was, after they watched Hilda, so they go to after that part. And
I'm gonna look
so
for clues.
No. I'll tell you guys next week.
Yeah, right. Perfect solution.
Yes.
Perfect solution.
I will show you next week if I remember, which I might not. So, Steve,
I will remind you.
You are hereby deputized to be the reminder.
I am tasked.
You're going to be the reminder.
The reminder.
That should be. That should be.
Because I'm the reminder.
Yeah, the reminder. Engage. There's going to be a million more of them, and they're all paid badly. Well, that's all I got. Charity links, support striking workers.
Yes,
honestly, ain't nobody goes on a strike just for funsies.
No,
it's a pain.
A strike is a big deal. Yeah,
it's a big deal.
An official authorized strike is not something that a labor union takes lightly. I mean, it's not like everybody says, well, screw this, we're not coming to work. Like, it has to be discussed and voted on. And I mean, so when it's like a last resort. And and by the way, speaking of strikes, congratulations to the Kellogg's workers. The Kellogg's workers for settling their strike. And from what I can tell,
in their favor,
getting everything they wanted. Yeah. So good for them. I mean,
imagine that. A union got benefits for its members. Gasp.
It's almost like that's the major.
When workers band together in solidarity, they accomplish things that are to their benefit. Think of that.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
I mean, it really, it really brings home how far things have slipped in the wrong direction as far as
Oh
labor
my
in the
goodness.
United States goes. Because like the fact that there is any made like industry or major uh, business with a lot of employees that is not unionized is abominable. I mean, there's
Reprehensible.
it should be standard. Like it should be expected.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's I have all kinds of thoughts and feelings on that,
Yeah.
being in a right to work state and with a brother who is a gig worker.
Yeah.
Not happy about those. So
Yeah. Oh, hi, Yogi FPV. You're just in time to see the end of the show. Glad you could make it.
that's okay, because it'll like scroll around. You can just like watch it and like queue up Hilda, which is what we watched, and react to. The time codes are all on there. You can just use your imagination.
You can travel back in time.
Gotta go back in time.
Yeah.
Showing our age there.
Tell me, doctor, where are we going this time?
Yeah, I don't think I ever made you watch North and South, because we've talked about that, right?
No,
I think it's on the list.
I think it is on the list, because I remember when we first started talking, because when you say North and South, you're talking about the British miniseries,
British
right?
one. Oh,
when I say North and South,
it's so good. The labor element in there, like the union element there.
Yeah.
Because oh my goodness, and because that's where I learned about strike pay. Like I think it was from watching that, and that you only striking depletes the strike fund.
Right.
So you have to be really careful. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But when I say North and South, I mean the Civil War miniseries starring Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite things ever.
Sorry.
Especially the music, the score from North and South by Bill Conti. Oh my God. Oh.
Well, I might have to look into the score, but I am
so
very particular on my scores. I'm
as am I.
Very pushy. No, I mean, I'm very pushy about supporting female composers.
Well, yeah. And I mean,
So it is what it is. It's not his fault he's a dude,
He can't help the way he was born.
Or assigned, as it were.
That's true. And I think in his case it lined up, so it was good. It was good for everybody.
Well, it certainly was for him.
Yeah, I think
I am tired. I am ready to. I don't know, but I'm ready to
do something else.
Yeah, we had kind of a big day today.
Yeah, it sounds like you were quite full, quite busy.
Yeah, I had a peopling, like all the stuff that I can't do. Like, not. But and of course there's going to be more people. There's going to be more people. We won't have a people-free day until after Christmas.
I really hope that you are milking this broken leg as much as you possibly can, because if I were you, I would be using it to get out of everything I didn't want to do even a little bit.
It doesn't really work that way, though, because like the stuff that I don't want to do is like things like grading, that if I don't do, like I'll be living in a van down by the river with a broken leg.
With a broken leg.
I don't have that never heals because I can't afford medical care. So it's more worth it to do the grading. So 'tis what 'tis.
That sucks.
And then there are other things, like just the things that I don't want to do involve like getting up and moving, and like I have to go to the bathroom, or it's worse if I don't.
That's what a beautiful way to put that. It's worse if I don't.
Y'all can use your imagination.
Trust me.
Yeah,
I think you can figure it
out.
Go
with me on that one.
Yes. So anyway, okay. So let's wrap up the festivities.
Okay. So little prop here. We have a cheese store in Chattanooga. It's not the only thing. Like it also sells like accoutrements and stuff, like little cheese knives, and it sells little thin sliced meats and
cheese fixings.
Cheese fixings. But like And it's the cheese. Oh, the cheeses are so good. But like, I mean, there's so many varieties of cheese out there. And if I was limited, that would be sad. Yeah, there's definitely some upsides. Ran out of the by ran out of, Andrew, you mean you burned the Mediterranean chicken pizza.
Don't leave Andrew alone.
Aw. So, anywho,
He's a good man with an important job, and just because he can't cook a pizza properly, that doesn't mean we need to be jumping on him.
I'm just teasing him a little bit.
I know.
It sounds like he is enjoying. It sounds like he is either enjoying or anticipating enjoying his pizza.
A delicious. So you
can go back,
pizza,
Andrew,
yes.
and like watch through any of the parts you missed. Yeah. I'm probably gonna soak in the tub. I'm tired.
Well, yeah.
Well, all the people in here, I guess.
A long day has very nearly come to an end. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So don't forget, leave me comments on my sparkly lights video.
Yes.
And also don't forget that Steve has a video. Well, Steve has a video that came out today. I'm sure you've all watched it already by now. Probably left comments because you're cool like that. Don't forget to support the charity links. Look through. We have friends who could use some help. Also, Trade Fund. Yay.
Yes.
And on Friday, I won't be like here. I'll probably be like here or somewhere around, and I won't have to worry about actually, I'll probably just be wearing my pajamas.
You won't be on camera.
I won't be on here. I will be, making fun of Steve with all of you in the chat while he answers questions from his patrons and channel members. So if you are a patron or channel member, send in your question. Remember that it needs to be under however many 1,000 characters?
1,000 characters, but the Google form does that automatically. So
yes, it just cuts you off and says you're not allowed to include it anymore.
It'll cut you off right in the middle of a word. It doesn't care.
Yep. Does not care. But you can use like wordcounter.net or some other thing to count it, so you can be like, squeeze in as much as you want. And if you're feeling like really verbose, conceivably you could like take out all the spaces. Nobody's done that one yet. A couple of people
be like, what the hell is
about
this?
The character limit. But yeah, somebody pass that on to Summer Hen. If you really want to go for it, just take out the spaces. No spaces. Send that his way.
Brevity.
There's your Christmas present, some random geek.
Yeah.
Direct from me to you.
Just like ancient Greek. Just no spaces.
Andrew, don't worry about being interesting. It doesn't have to be interesting. Just send something in.
Exactly.
I'll be blebbing right there with you, 255 AD.
So.
Or is it bleeb? I guess it would be bleeb for bleeding.
I don't know.
I'll be bleebing.
You'll be bleebing?
Yes. It's in the message that he has most recently retracted. So you can't
that
see
has been retracted that we're talking about anyway.
Okay. I love all you guys.
The plebs. There you go. In the chat with the plebs.
I liked blebs. I thought blebs was funny and cool.
Because you thought it was like some hip cutting edge slang.
No, I knew he meant plebs, but
Andrew will ask me who the presents are for. That'll be an easy answer, buddy.
Which is, I don't know. He's not going to know until next week. It's going to be after Christmas. Are you getting presents for your dad and for Danny?
No.
Steven. You're your presents will be their presents.
Exactly. Yes. Oh, beautiful. Yes.
My mom says that.
Yes. That's good. That's good.
Thank you.
My presents will be their presents. That's so good. I've never heard that before. That is brilliant. All right. Anyway, on that brilliant note of a joke from Dana's mom, let's call the festivities to a close. Yes, we will be back next week to watch Deep Space Nine, and let me double check and see which episode we're watching next week.
Check the list.
Yes, indeed.
Stacey, give me the list. You got it, Dookie.
Oh, Whispers. Yes, another good O'Brien episode. We'll be watching Whispers. Is the next Deep Space Nine episode we're watching. So that's next week, and then yes.
So this is the episode in which O'Brien gets laryngitis, I'm guessing.
What's that, Chief? I can't understand a word he's saying. Anyway, so that's
no spoilers in the chat.
Why is he whispering? I don't know. Is it laryngitis? I don't know. It's a mystery. You have to watch the episode.
Bashir, you're supposed to be a doctor.
Isn't it amazing that after all the medical advancements of the last 300 years, we still can't cure laryngitis? It's amazing.
All right.
All right. Time to go.
Yes.
And I'll see you. I'll see everybody on Friday for Ask Away. And we'll be back together next week for the next Trek Reluctantly, and we'll watch Deep Space Nine. So that's it, everybody.
Woo!
Have a happy holiday.
And happy Christmas if you are a Christmas celebrator. And if not, just have an awesome rest of your week until we see you again.
Yes, indeed. Bye, everybody.
Bye.